A little on the bright side. All right. Welcome in to the Good Old Fashioned Dislike Podcast. Last episode of the Good Old Fashioned Dislike Podcast, Season 3. And we're going to hear for our basketball pick'em, which is a little different than normal. Usually we're covering football, but I'll be talking about the official bracket of the panel of dislike. Be sure to join the Ben and Travis group over on ESPN, password TripleHPod. This episode is brought to you by The Adventures of Ben and Travis, our children's book, Ben and Travis and the Worry Coaster. You can order it now at benandtravis.com/books, or you can pre-order Adventures of Ben and Travis and the Joyrider. Got a couple of options there. But today we're here to pick the official panel of dislike pick'em. We are currently in the competition with Blake and Will tied for first, and then Ben in second or third, however you look at that. And then Josh is a little ahead of me. I'm in dead last, but we're all within striking distance if we get hot in March Madness. So be sure to hit us up with the comments. I'll be glad to flash those on the screen. When you make them, feel free to make your own picks. Come and compete against us. If you win the group, you'll get free Ben and Travis merch. So check that out wherever you're at on ESPN, all that good stuff. So, all right. So we're going to start off with pick'em number 1, and that is the number 1 overall seed. You know how much it hurts me to say the Auburn Tigers taking on Alabama State, who already got the March Madness underway last night. And Josh Thorne has got the first pick. He was 1 pick short in bowl season, so he'll get the first pick of March Madness for the panel of dislike, and that will be Auburn over Alabama State. Fairly easy pick there. Ben rolls on. He picks Louisville over Creighton. I picked Michigan over UC San Diego. Will took A&M over Yale in the first round of the South region. Blake took Ole Miss over North Carolina. A lot of consternation about North Carolina and them getting in the tournament, not belonging. And Blake thinks that that Ole Miss answers the call and moves on to the second round. We got our first upset alert. That is Josh Thorne rolling with Lipscomb, David Lipscomb over Iowa State in a 14-3 matchup there. The first round, we got Marquette and New Mexico. We got Ben taking Marquette. I'm taking Michigan State. Somehow I got all the M schools. I'm taking Michigan State over Bryant. Next, you have Will taking Florida over Norfolk State, who actually beat Alabama in the NIT a few years ago. I believe that's right. Then you have Blake taking Oklahoma over UConn. He does admit that he does not like Coach Hurley, so that might weigh on his decision. But Blake takes Oklahoma over UConn. That means Josh takes Memphis over Colorado State. Memphis over Colorado State. That means Ben takes Maryland over a Grand Canyon. I'm taking Drake in an upset over Missouri in the first round, the round of 64 at least. That means Will's going to take Texas Tech over UNC Wilmington. Blake takes Kansas over Arkansas, a trendy pick for Arkansas to beat Kansas, but Blake's taking Kansas over Arkansas. And then, so me, Will, Blake, and then Josh Thorne's taking St. John's over Omaha. Jump over to the other side. This will be the East. Ben takes Duke over America MSM. I'm taking Mississippi State over Baylor, once again, an M school. Oregon over Liberty is Will's pick, and then Blake takes Arizona over Akron. Josh takes VCU over BYU in an upset. Josh picking all the upsets here recently. That's fun. Will Mahan says, "You the man, but your last name would beg to differ." Your last name would beg to differ. You're the man, Mahan. And speaking of Mahan, we get him picking a lot of Alabama here. He gets all the Alabama picks for a while. I'm taking Wisconsin. Actually, Ben is taking Wisconsin over Montana. I'm taking St. Mary's over Vanderbilt, and Will the Thrill takes Alabama over Robert Morris. In the Midwest, we have Blake taking Houston over SIUE. I need to look to see what that actually means. SIUE. Josh is taking Gonzaga over Georgia in the Battle of the Bulldogs. Ben's taking Clemson over McNeese. I'm taking Purdue over High Point. Will's taking Illinois over the Texas Xavier matchup. Blake's taking Kentucky over Troy. Josh is taking UCLA over Utah State, and Ben is taking Tennessee over Wofford to end the round of 64. We jump back up here. Auburn over Louisville is the pick for me. I'm taking Auburn over Louisville. Will's taking A&M over Michigan. A&M over Michigan. Blake's rolling with Ole Miss over Lipscomb. Josh taking Michigan State over Marquette. Blake, Josh, Ben's taking Florida over Oklahoma. I'm taking Memphis in a slight upset of Maryland. Will's taking Texas Tech over Drake. Blake's taking St. John's over Kansas. Josh is taking Duke over Mississippi State. Ben is taking Arizona over Oregon. I'm taking Wisconsin over VCU, and Will's taking Alabama over St. Mary's. I'm trying to do this before my voice totally gives out. Blake's going Houston over Gonzaga. Josh is taking Purdue over Clemson. Ben's taking Kentucky over Illinois. And I'm taking Tennessee over UCLA. I must think Tennessee's really good if I'm going to keep picking them. I'm taking Tennessee over UCLA in the round of 32. On to the Sweet 16. Will is taking Auburn over A&M. Actually, Sweet 16. Auburn over A&M. Blake's taking Ole Miss over Michigan State in a slight upset. Josh taking Florida over Memphis. Ben taking St. John's over Texas Tech to make the Elite Eight. I am taking Duke over Zona. Will taking Alabama over Wisconsin to make the Elite Eight. Blake takes Houston over Purdue. Josh takes Tennessee over Kentucky to the Elite Eight. So the Elite Eight in our official bracket is Auburn, Ole Miss, Florida, St. John's, Houston and Tennessee, Duke and Alabama. Wow, the SEC, ladies and gentlemen, the SEC. All right, so back to Ben taking Auburn over Ole Miss. On to the Final Four. I'm taking Florida over St. John's. On to the Final Four. Will is finally taking Duke over Alabama to the Final Four. And Blake takes Houston over Tennessee. So the Final Four is chalk, which is probably not going to happen. That's the first kiss of death. And it's number 1 Auburn, number 1 Florida, and one side of the bracket. and then number 1 Duke and number 1 Houston on the other side of the bracket. That's our Final Four: Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston. As you can see on the screen, all 5 of us picked a Florida Duke national championship matchup, and all 5 of us picked Florida with an average tiebreaker of 149. And so that's the official bracket of the good old-fashioned dislike March Madness 2025, and we're rolling with the Florida Gators as your eventual national champions. Who you got, let us know in the comments. Let us know who your upsets are going to be. Come play us in the bracket. The information to sign up is down in the description. You can click that link. The password's TripleHPod. If you beat the whole group, you win the whole thing. We'll let you pick out some free Ben and Travis merch. Hope it's a great March Madness. Hope that your bracket doesn't get busted in week 1 like ours probably will. But have a good one.